We're live again. About a month later. Let's see who pops in. Kate. Hello. I miss you. Let's see who else pops in. Let's see. Ooh. 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 I think nobody's going to show up because we're late. Samantha Lowe, hello. Thank you for saying hi and stopping in. I miss you. And I miss Donna and I miss Arjons. I miss all you guys. So thank you for saying hi. Hopefully I'll see you guys soon. It's Joey's World. I appreciate you guys being here. Howdy, Cody. Sorry, making dinner, but listening in. Nicole, Happy's Haunt. Hello. Doreen Jones. Hello, mother. I'll see you in like a little over 2 weeks. Ready? You guys ready? Candles, no candles. Candles, no candles. Floating candles. We're going to leave them on. LSU mom, hello, Emily. I hope you're doing well. LSU had a big win this weekend, so good for them. Notre Dame also had a big win, so good for them. They needed it for sure. Yeah, I think that's everybody so far. I'm late, as always, but I appreciate you guys coming in here and saying hi. So today I'm going to talk a little bit about what's been going on with my training because I'm about a month away from the Space Coast, a little over a month, like 30 something days. And Wednesday, if you watched the video today, you already know I ran 13.1 miles. It was like a trial half marathon. And I just want to see how I did. And I was surprisingly, I didn't do too bad. It was a little over an hour and 55 minutes. So I really can't complain. I am shooting for like an hour and 46 minutes, 38 seconds for my Space Coast half marathon. So we got a little time to chip off of. But then again, this was ran by myself. Like I didn't have anybody around me. I didn't have a race like atmosphere. Whereas like if anybody's run like a 5K, a 10K, half marathon, you would know that like the energy is different. You got people cheering you on. You got other runners supporting you. Not really supporting you, but necessarily like just you're all trying to be the best you can be. And so like having that kind of aspect definitely makes a difference in terms of like my energy levels and like my effort. So to be able to run a half marathon in the middle of the day, nobody around me, just me, music, and like my running app, it really, I'm not going to complain with the hour and 55 minutes. So today I ran 9 miles for, it was, I don't even know, it was like an hour and 20 something minutes, hour and 30 maybe. Trying to go slower than normal, like race pace. And I wanted to go for 10. Like the original goal when I like set this goal for my run today, it was 10 miles. And around like 8 miles, just like all my energy was like zapped. My legs were pretty tired, and I'm pretty disappointed that I didn't do the full 10. But I think it was a little to do with I only had a banana for breakfast. My eating could have been a little better before the run, and my water intake was low. So Mike88 NYC, what is up, brother? I appreciate you being here. So 10 miles today turned into 9, so I was kind of upset with that, but I try not to be too hard on myself. But we got to keep going. We got a little over a month left to train, and I got a busy month with Thanksgiving, my family coming down, my girlfriend coming into town, and my brother comes in a couple days. We're going to a concert, so busy weekend. But what does your heart rate get up to with a long run like that? You know, it's funny you ask. I actually don't know. I don't track my heart rate when I run. I would just go based off how I feel, and that's how I've done a lot of my training for most of my competitions and events that I've trained for. Is I go based off of how I feel. Let's see if I can check. I wish it would tell me. I hit 19,961 steps today. My workout today. So my running workout for today. So it said my average. You know, it doesn't tell me my average heart rate. It just tells me, because there's a running workout, average miles per hour. I burned 1,400 calories. So there's that. But I don't really know what my average heart rate was. I go based off of how I feel. I try not to pay too much attention to it. This watch, it's not like it's a bad watch for running, but I've always wanted to get like a Garmin watch. This is a Samsung, which if I had an Android, probably be more beneficial, but I have an iPhone. So I don't really use this watch too much. It's more so for my clients when I track my times of my workouts with them. But that's a good question, and I might try to start paying more attention to my heart rate. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. So there's that, my training. And I'm going to save the end of this video for my New Year's challenge goal. If you feel good, it's probably staying pretty stable and not elevated. That's good. Yeah, absolutely. I don't sprint during those long runs at all. I don't. If I do, I pick up the pace just a slight increase. But for the most part, I'm staying at I'm probably at 55 to 60% of my max heart rate. Nothing too crazy, so I can sustain it. For the most part, my run was average pace was 9 minutes, a little over. And then towards the end of my run was where I was slacking and struggling hard. But all in all, I can't complain. I gotta go a little further in distance. What the heck is above your head? What do you mean? Those are floating candles. So if I turn them on, turn them off, floating candles. We got bats. We got the Strive logo right there. You can't see, floating candles. But yeah, we just got longer runs in the works. If I can, I'll try and go for 14 miles one day, 14 or 15, and then that way, knowing I can do a 14-mile run, 15-mile run, then 13's a piece of cake. So what we're going to talk about is called 8 My girlfriend sent me this article because she knew I didn't have a topic, as always. So she always picks up the slack for when I'm slacking, and I'm very thankful for her. 8 ways to get psyched about your life again. Um, so especially, and she made this comment, especially around like these months and this time of year, the weather gets colder, people go into seasonal depression, depending on where you live. Um, and I know when I lived up north, I went through seasonal depression, not just like crazy depression, but like, I mean, I just spent more time in the gym. Um, I spent more time doing what I love, and that was in the gym because the weather was cold. I didn't want to be outside, so I would be in the gym more. So we're going to talk about 8 different ways that you can make your life exciting, get psyched about your life again. And they're all just different ideas that you can take from what you will, um, just to kind of spice things up. One is figure out what's actually tanking your motivation. So if you're in a slump, if you're in a rut right now, finding the root of that problem first should be the most important thing for you. Why are you in a slump? Why are you slacking when it comes to your workouts, or slacking when it comes to just stuff around the house? Figure out what's tanking your motivation. Why is it harder for you to get out of bed? Why is it harder for you to do the simple tasks? So figuring out what you can do to get motivated again or mitigate that stress in your life is going to be number one. So when you stop and think about it, you might realize that you've actually been through some pretty big changes. I'm reading off the article just so you guys know. Or there have been specific stressors in your life that you can try to reduce. Maybe you've been doom scrolling a lot lately. Doom scrolling, I'm guessing that means um, scrolling on Instagram, scrolling on TikTok or whatever. You're just scrolling because you're trying to avoid this, like doing tasks. I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong. I've never heard the term doom scrolling before. Um, so maybe you've been doing a lot of doom scrolling lately and it's really bringing you down. Or maybe changes to your job, location, or social life have messed with your mind more than you expected. Sometimes our lack of motivation is feeling like we don't have meaning or purpose. So getting to the root of what's causing these feelings can make us or help us make a change. So figuring out what you can do, especially coming into this new year. We don't want to come into this new year unmotivated. We don't want to come into this new year uninspired or in a rut. We want to feel inspired, empowered to make the next year, and not just saying you're going to make the next year the best year of your life, but actually making it the best year of your life. So mapping out why you're feeling the way you're feeling, um, and do some deep digging, like do a deep dive into your thoughts. Meditation, I haven't done it in a while. I need to get back to it, but meditation is a great way to do this. Whether it's listening to white noise, listening to a guided meditation. If you go on YouTube, there are endless guided meditations that you can do, that they'll literally talk you through it. They'll literally talk you how to breathe in through your nose, hold for a couple seconds, exhale through your mouth, and just pay attention to your breath. Pay attention to nothing else but your breath. Getting yourself into a relaxed state causes more clarity, more focus, more energy. Um, or you can get an app. There's apps like Headspace, um, and other like kind of mental health apps that can help you out when you don't know how to help yourself. So just doing a little bit of deep diving into how you feel, whether it's journaling, meditation, going for a walk, and paying attention to your thoughts, you can kind of figure out where this slump is coming from and what you can do to change it. Maybe it's setting new goals. Maybe it's, and we're going to get into that later in this live. Maybe it's just changing one thing in your routine, in your day, doing something differently just to spice things up can make you realize, you're not as unmotivated as you thought you were, and your mind's playing tricks on you. So figure out why you may be in a slump right now. Number 2, pinpoint one joyful thing you can do each day. For me, it's easy. It's exercise. On the days I do not exercise, I feel off. Not like crazy off, but like I notice like my energy levels, my mental, and just my overall focus is different than when I work out. And I try to work out in the morning or early afternoon because my work is crazy busy, my schedule wise. I can't work out after work because I get done at like 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock at night some nights. But trying to get a workout in or getting some kind of um, active work, like a walk, a run. For me, right now, it's basically running. I ran a mile after my 13-mile run simply because I wanted to see if I could. Like, not like that it's not like it's not like I thought I couldn't, but my body, I was like, I don't know how my body's going to recover after this 13-mile run. The longest I had ran before that was like 5 in this training block. And I was like, I'm going to go for a run. And I felt great. Not great. I was still achy, but for the most part, I felt good. My body recovered pretty quickly. Emily, LSU mom, says, I like doing yard work. It's relaxing. Yeah, there you go. Mike says, that's me a ton. I'm working on it, though. I've been trying to work in my... Oh, notice the way you think about yourself. Yeah, definitely. You just got to keep working on yourself. Just keep working on yourself. My mom says the same, Emily, but I don't agree. Yard work. I don't have a yard right now, so I don't really have to worry about that. I find gardening relaxing, but not raking leaves. Well, I'd say raking leaves is a little more relaxing than shoveling snow, but that's not my problem anymore. So pinpoint one thing you can do. Ask yourself, what is one thing I can get myself to do each day or just today that's going to help me feel a little happier? It could be something as simple as heading to the local coffee shop to get your favorite green matcha ice latte, or coffee, because coffee by itself, you don't need to get the green matcha or I don't even know how to say it. Little acts build momentum over time. This is why I say to-do lists. Get a to-do list and check off 1 or 2 things first thing in the morning or first thing to start your day. And guess what? You're going to start feeling better because you're going to feel productive. And it's just going to start building that momentum. Or if a cold beverage or inspiring podcast is what puts a smile on your face for 30 minutes, then that's a step in the right direction. Kate says coffee. Yes, Kate does love her Starbucks coffee. And I do too. I love Starbucks. I love coffee in general. It doesn't need to be Starbucks. It could be any coffee. I'll drink it. We have a huge oak tree, so I can relate to that. Yes. Yeah, raking leaves isn't that fun. I wouldn't say that's relaxing. But again, if the weather is right, put on some music or just put yourself in the right headspace to do it, and it could be relaxing and productive. Number 3, which I think goes along with the other 2 I just talked about, get outside. The power of nature is real, people. Even if you live in a city, find your sanctuary. Breathing in fresh air and seeing that there's something bigger and beautiful out there can be inspiring. For me, it's accomplishing a task without depending on someone or just making others happy. Absolutely, Mike. And that's another point that I'll get to in this article. But making others happy, for sure. I agree with that. If you can get in some outdoor time, just do something outside your home. Suggests psychotherapist and psychoanalyst Stephanie Roth Goldberg. I'm going to link the article in here because sometimes I don't feel right just like reading off these articles and not putting in the source, but I will. I'll make sure I do right after. Having a novel experience is really useful. Having a change of scenery can get you into a new headspace and thinking about other ideas that might excite and inspire you. Yep. Just going outside and breathing some fresh air can do wonders. Yes, that and the vitamin D. Vitamin D plays a huge part into how we feel overall. That's why a lot of people went into a serious depressive state during COVID because people were told to stay inside and don't go outside, and they were lacking vitamin D. Our front yard and backyard is covered with leaves. Mom, sounds like you need to go do some raking. But after the stream, okay? After the stream. Stay for the stream, and then you can do your raking after. But vitamin D plays a huge part into how you feel, your energy levels, your mental state, your focus. So getting that vitamin D, even if it's 10, 15 minutes out of your day, if you have a lunch break, like some people work from home, if you have a 10 to 15 minute window where you can just get some fresh air, it's going to make you feel better overall. Try your hand at a new hobby. This is number four. And no, you definitely do not need to turn it into a side hustle. See, that's my problem is I always think, how can I make money off of this? Not always. Unless you really, really want to. We're talking a hobby for the sake of simply doing an activity that you enjoy. Because the truth is, maybe you're uninspired simply because you're bored. Could be true. It could be that simple. A new hobby or skill can be inspiring and add some much needed change to an otherwise monotonous daily routine. We got people taking vitamin D. That's great. As long as you're getting your vitamin D somewhere. Natural vitamin D is definitely beneficial too. A new hobby or skill can be inspiring and add some much needed change. So even if it's 10 to 15, like I said, 10 to 15 minutes a day, you're trying a new hobby out or trying to develop a new skill, why not? Why not? We shouldn't limit ourselves to what we do now. And I think that's one of the things that's gotten me into like the running aspect of fitness is because there's always different races I can do, different challenges that I can keep pushing for. And that's why I want to just keep pushing the limits of what I'm capable of in running. So I would say running is not only my hobby, but like my fitness just target that I have and that I'll probably have for the rest of my life, just running and making it interesting, to say the least. Recall a person or activity that inspired you in the past. Think back to a time when you felt inspired and motivated and what that was about. What worked for you? People are talking about their leaves and their vitamins. Maybe you used to swim and loved it, but stopped doing it for some reason. Maybe you miss the hope and possibility of back to school season now that your school days are behind you. I definitely do not miss the possibility of back to school days. I will say that. I don't know why they put that in here. It makes me want to turn off this article right now. Find that thing that used to make you excited and bring it back into your life in some way. Go back to what works. Yes, this is your excuse to buy all the fun school. No, stop with the school supplies. Similarly, that source of good could be a person. If there's a friend or someone who you always feel good around, connect with them. Call them up and just chat or ask them to meet up for coffee. If you're lacking these strong personal connections and could use a sense of community, which reminds me is I've really been slacking in the Strive accountability group, and I apologize. It's going to change. It really is going to change. This year has been crazy, but it's going to change for the better. Been busy. but we're gonna just keep getting better. Find a group online that can help you feel motivated. Strive accountability group, join. Let's keep building those social connections while also discussing something that makes you smile. That can give you the kick in the butt you need to get back into said hobby in real life. I remember you kept saying how you had running, hated running. Now look at you now. Yeah, I mean, again, I have love-hate relationship with running. Um, Definitely, it's draining, and you got good runs, you got bad runs, like today, and it's the mental aspect of running that keeps me going because it's my mind playing tricks on me, and I know I have so much more that I'm capable of when it comes to running, and I'm just gonna keep pushing the boundaries because seeing the other people like that I follow on Facebook, follow on Instagram that are doing these like 100-mile races and 200-mile races, it makes me just want to keep pushing for more in my life. Pay it forward. Experts say that volunteering and giving to charity can help boost your mood, but it can also give you a new sense of purpose. For these reasons, um, Goldberg recommends thinking about any businesses you've been wanting to support, be it a restaurant, fitness studio, or local bakery, and heading there solo or asking a friend to join. You can support them at the same time you're supporting yourself. Surf Bomb, John, what's up? I appreciate you being here. Thank you for stopping in. I want to let you know that I ran 9 miles today. 9 miles. I wanted to go for 10, but wow, it seems that much running might be hard on the joints eventually. Yes, it could be hard on the joints. Obviously, active recovery and paying attention to how I feel will be a huge part of my training, and making sure I'm just training effectively and training like really preparing myself for it instead of just jumping into it. But yeah, a lot of running like that can be hard on the joints, and that's why I want to take advantage of it while I'm young as much as possible. But we'll see. Pay it forward. So not so much your running, but the 100 miles running. That's a lot. And yeah, so the 100 miles, it's an ultra marathon, and so I'm not necessarily like, yeah, I'm going to be running 100 miles or traveling 100 miles on foot. It's not all going to be running. It's not going to be nonstop. But, I'll have breaks where I go walk. I'll have aid stations that they have food, they have water, liquids that you can just replenish yourself. So there's a lot of kind of research I need to do. I want to like meet other people that have done ultras before and just kind of pick their brain and learn more about it and how I can best prepare for my first ultra, which I'm thinking my first ultra is going to be like a 30-mile race, something lighter than 100 miles. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. So paying it forward, and this could be good shoes are probably key. Yes, good shoes for sure. The guy I follow on YouTube brought like 2 different pairs of shoes when he did his 100-mile race. So, you gotta have good shoes. So, we're gonna pay it forward. Feeling uninspired, do something for somebody else. Whether it's, if Kate is here, happy belated birthday. She should be still here. Her birthday was on Monday, so happy belated birthday to her. We had a great dinner Saturday night at Cooper's Hawk. I had a nice burger. She had risotto, and it was really good. Really, really good. So that was fun. Happy birthday to Kate. Belated birthday. So we're going to pay it forward. by doing something nice for somebody else. Hold the door open for somebody. If somebody's coming up behind you, or if you're about to hit the door the same way. I was in Myrtle Beach all week, kind of out of the loop. Surf bum, that is awesome. Myrtle Beach is cool. I've only been there once, but it was fun. And then your birthday is in a couple weeks. I remember you saying on my video you commented on. So happy early birthday to you, Surf Bum John. So pay it forward. Do good to others, and good things will happen to you. Show yourself some grace. This is number 7. There's 2 more. And then we're going to talk about my possible challenge to myself next year. Show yourself some grace. As you're navigating all this, being patient with your progress is really important, says therapist Siobhan D. Flowers, an adjunct professor at New York University. You have to realize expectations and know you might be looking at a new normal, or that it might take some additional time to get back to the way you felt before. Before you felt so blah, before the pandemic, before whatever it is that got you stuck in this rut. So yeah, be patient with your progress. Celebrate the little things, and those little wins, check them off, and keep that motivation going. Keep that momentum going. Are you doing the Dopey Challenge in January? I am not. I didn't sign up for any of the Disney races this year, simply because I didn't have the money to do it. I mean, I could have, but they're expensive, and I wanted to do the Space Coast in Cocoa, Florida, which is a little cheaper. I do eventually want to do the Dopey Challenge. That's on the bucket list for sure. But that might be a goal a couple years from now, a few years from now, handful of years. I don't know. We'll see. But we'll do the Dopey Challenge for sure. No Disney runs for me. One of my clients is actually doing the half marathon in November, a week before I get there. And then they're also half marathon and 10K, and then they're doing the he's doing the marathon in January. So setting real expectations also means showing yourself some grace. Of progress comes slowly. You can never guilt or shame anyone into changing, and that includes ourselves. We need to be careful about our own inner critic when evaluating what progress looks like. And that's absolutely true. Especially in the fitness space, we have these high standards for ourselves and all this progress to be made. And if someone's trying to lose, let's say 100 pounds, we have to realize it's going to take a while. It's not going to be a quick fix. And that's the hardest thing to convince somebody. Not necessarily convince, but like just help them stay the course. It's going to take months. It's going to take maybe a year or 2 years to lose that 100 pounds. But celebrating those small wins, after the first month, you lose 4 or 5 pounds, that's a win. Guess what? You just won the month. Now we got to keep winning each month, each week, each day. And eventually, a year from now, you could lose that 100 pounds. So show yourself some grace. Be patient with your progress, and know that whatever you're going through, you can make it happen. It's just going to take some time. Yeah, Dopey Challenge is $660 in January 2023. And that's a little pricey for me. Yeah, Disney runs are just going to, they're crazy. And they're just going to keep getting crazier the way everything's going with them. So, yeah. Mom just bought Hoka's. Yes, I have Hoka's. I only run in Hoka's right now. I have a pair of Adidas running shoes. I have a pair of Nike running shoes. I have a pair of Brooks running shoes. But for the most part, Hoka's have been the only ones that have stayed consistent. My Nike ones were comfy, but they fell apart towards like the bottom, like the sole, the rubber at the bottom. So they were only good for so long. Hokas are the way to go. But again, if you're really hesitant on what shoe to get, I would say go to an actual running store where they can they have different things that you can use to just measure the arch of your foot, and kind of show your step patterns and what shoes would be good for your feet. So I would definitely say check out a running store local to you. For me, it's Fit to Run, a running store. But I don't know where you guys what you guys have around you. But actually going to a running store is huge instead of just saying, "Oh, I heard those were good. I need to get a pair of those." Definitely try to seek out a professional that would be able to help you out. Mike says small wins matter too. Absolutely. Celebrate the small wins and keep moving forward. Number 8, ask for help if you need it. At certain points, you might need a little guidance to get your spark back. No shame in that. Therapy is an amazing resource, one that you can benefit from in good times and in bad. When it's been long enough that you can't remember doing the things you have wanted to do or taking care of the things you used to typically take care of, it's time to ask yourself for help. Similarly, if you're not finding joy in the things that you used to, this can be a sign that your bleh mood has dipped into depression territory. To be honest, if you're debating seeking mental health care, it's probably a good idea. If it has come into your mind, it's so much better to take care of it instead of waiting until things get worse. A professional can give you tools to feel unstuck and help you coach you to a better place when you feel jazzed um, about life again. Having someone to help you take that first step can give you all the momentum you need to start that journey back to your happy self again. So yeah, if you need help, ask for help. Again, that's relating to not only your mental health but your physical health, in both. Mental health, if you really feel like seeing a therapist or even talking to one for a consultation is a good idea. Um, more help is always better than none at all. So just keep that in mind. And then my job as a personal trainer, a lot of things people kind of misconstrue about personal training is we just help people work out. It's called personal training. So you could be the best coach in the world. You could be the most knowledgeable trainer in the world in terms of the human body and what it's capable of and how it should move, the body mechanics and everything. But if you're in the personal training space and you're not paying attention to the other side of things, you're not getting to know your clients, you're not getting to interact with them in the way that they need it, then your service is going to be limited. I've had clients where I've just talked to them for a full hour because it's definitely important to remember that when people come into the gym, they got a whole life outside of this. They got a family that they have to take care of, or they got kids they got to take care of. They got financial, whatever it may be. Everybody is going through different stages in their lives. And I've had clients that have literally just talked to me, sat with me for an hour because there was so much going on in their life that it's like if we were to just put them through a workout, it might do more harm than good because they would feel like they're letting themselves down even more, or they're not able to give the amount of energy they want to give because there's so much else going on in their mind. So I've literally told clients, I'm like, look, we're just going to talk. Tell me what you need, and tell me what I can do. How can I listen? Just lay it out. I'll listen. I got a set of ears. I'm here for you. I'm not here to just put you through a workout and send you out the door. I'm here to get to know what's going on. What can I do to help? So again, seeking help if you need it, always better idea than not getting help at all. You do get 5 cool and well-made medals and long sleeve t-shirts made of good quality. That's very true, John. Very true. But still, $600, it's a lot. It's a lot. I think my Space Coast was like 90 or 100. I mean, I gotta get a hotel when I go out there because it's like 2.5 hours away, but still, $600 is a lot. So that's it for that. I hope you guys found that insightful. 8 ways to get psyched about your life. Like I said, I'll put the link in the description, the show notes, so you guys can take a look, reread it if you want. Now, we got about 10 minutes left. I'm going to talk about my challenge, and I'm going to challenge all you guys. I appreciate that you actually take the time to listen and care about people. That's helped me so much. Mike, as much as I'm not on Facebook a lot, but I do see all your messages, and sometimes I mentally respond to them, but I don't physically respond to them, and I always feel bad afterwards. But I do see all your messages, and I know you've been working hard, so just keep doing what you're doing. We got about 2 years, 2 years. Why did I say 2 years? 2 months, little over 2 months left in this year. November and December. And those months, they're going to fly by. So, going into the new year, we should already have goals set. We should already be thinking about what do we want to accomplish next year. That way, when January comes around, you're not scrambling. You're not like, dang, it's already the new year. I don't know what I want to do this year. I don't know what I want to get done. So just try to think of different challenges that you can set for yourself, different goals you can set for yourself. And just to give you an idea, this is one, again, I don't know if it's going to happen for me. I don't know if I'm going to stick with it. But so every day in January, I want to run at least 1 mile. At least 1 mile every day. February, second month, I want to run at least 2 miles every day. Every day. Third month, 3. I think you guys know where this is going. Fourth month, at least 4. This is every single day. And so on and so forth. So I did the math on how many miles that would be for the year. And it's around 2,051 or 52 miles total. Now, I don't know. I don't know if that's like something that's possible. Like, I don't know if my body's going to hate. I mean, it probably is going to hate me. But it's almost like a test. If I've always wanted to do like people have done running every day for a year or every day for 2 years. But I want to take it to another level. I want to do a mile based off of the month, how many miles I do every day. So that means in December, the 12th month of the year, I would be doing at least 12 miles every day. And so even Kate, I asked her about this, and she thought it was a good idea. And she said, you don't have to do all the miles all at once. And I was like, because at first I was like, I got to do the miles all at once. But then she broke it down like that. It was like, that wouldn't be so bad if I was like in like the 7th or 8th month and I did 4 miles at one point and then 4 miles later that day. It's still 8 miles and it's still in the same day. As long as it's from midnight to midnight, I get those 4 miles done each time. It's 8 total. So it's definitely a thought. And I guess I got a couple months to really think about it, the magnitude of it and the logistics of it and everything. So I guess we're going to see what happens. We're going to wait and find out. I really think it would be something that would be able to test my own limits and just show that we're capable of anything we put our mind to. And of course, I would document as much as possible. Whether it's posting every day or posting every other day of my runs, posting on my Instagrams of my runs every day. But it's definitely something I want to think about. And I might challenge one of my other friends or some of my other running friends to do the same. Of course, I want to still run races. Like I definitely want to do another marathon and possible ultra marathon next year. So that would play into a factor too, is like if I did a marathon, seems a big challenge, might be hard to find the time to run. Absolutely. And that would be like prioritizing. Maybe I got to get up earlier just to knock out that run, get it out of the way. Or maybe I got to stay up later. But again, I guess we're going to find out and see what happens. But it's definitely going to be a big challenge. You can do it, and you're totally capable of. Thank you, Mike. I appreciate it. So that is my challenge, and I want you guys to start thinking about challenges for yourself. So next live stream that we do, whether it's are you doing straight runs or are you incorporating fartleks and interval runs? Right now, I'm just doing straight runs. I haven't really done any interval runs or fartleks. And I might start doing some interval runs because I definitely want to start chipping away at my pace. I need to start incorporating different runs. So next live stream that I have, it might not be next Sunday, but because I know my brother will be down. And does treadmill running count? Yeah, treadmill running would count. If I'm logging the miles, it doesn't matter where I'm logging them. If it's inside, outside, still logging the miles. So next Sunday is actually my 1 year with my better half, Kate. 1 year. And I probably won't be streaming simply because I'll be celebrating with her. And I wanted to just let you guys know that as much as I would want to go live, but I can't. I could, but I want to spend it with her. And we might have like a movie date, dinner date. And the following Sunday, I should be able to live stream now, which would be in November. It would be in November. So, yeah. Think about some challenges, some goals that you could set for yourself next year. And I'll ask you guys next live stream if you've thought of any. So think, what could I accomplish next year that, maybe I've never done before? Or maybe something you've always wanted to do, but you've never tried, or you never trained, or it doesn't have to be a fitness goal. It doesn't have to be a physical goal. It could be a mental goal. It could be a life goal. Think about something in 2023 that can make your life exciting. The more we challenge ourselves, the better. The more you step outside of your comfort zone, the more you're going to grow. And it's your biggest barrier is yourself. So just pay attention to how your life's going and what can you do to challenge yourself to step outside of your comfort zone. And maybe next year when you do whatever it is that you never thought you could do, your life changes for the better, and you're more inspired to do those things that scare you or you didn't think you were capable of, and you did it. England, Portugal, 91. William, what is up? Appreciate you being here. Thank you for stopping in. We're pretty much just wrapping up, but feel free to watch the replay of the live. But William, it's good to see you. I hope you're doing well. But yeah, so just challenge yourself to think outside the box. I'm always late. Hey, I was late today. I'm always late. I'm late to my own live stream. That's how bad it is. So don't apologize for being late. I appreciate you stopping in regardless. But yeah, just think about ways you can challenge yourself next year to make it the best year of your life. And always look towards bettering yourself. And helping others, inspiring others, because when you inspire yourself and help yourself, you see other people will follow suit and they'll feel inspired to help themselves. It's just an endless loop. But that's pretty much all I have for you guys. I hope you guys have a great rest of your Sunday. Just so you know, Patriots and Bears tomorrow night. Go, Pats, go. But yeah, other than that, I hope you guys have a good week. I hope you guys have a great rest of the October month. And I'm gonna try and post a video soon. I have a busy week because my brother comes into town on Thursday. So it's going to be busy. Going to be busy with work, cramming all my clients into like a small window of 3.5 days. But I will do my best to at least pop in, whether it's here, whether it's on the Strava accountability group. We'll make it happen. Hope you guys have a great night, great week, and thank you all for stopping in. Always do something that will help make you become 1% better. And just always choose to strive. Have a good night. I'll see you next time.